ఆయనను so far we were learning the classification of organic compounds. So we have learnt about the classification of organic compounds based on the nature of the carbon chain. So now we are going to learn the classification of organic compounds based on functional groups. Before that, we learned the classification of organic compounds based on the nature of the carbon chain. Now, another way of classification of organic compounds is it is based on the functional groups. What is functional group? Functional group is nothing but an atom or group of atoms. Okay, an atom or group of atoms which impart or else which gives some specific properties to the molecule. Okay, an atom or a group of atoms. Okay, so due to the presence of this one or a group of atoms, so the molecule will get some specific properties. Okay, so the atom or group of atoms which will impart or else which will give some specific properties to the molecule is said to be functional group. Okay, for example, if I write like this, suppose this is a carbon chain. So always remember that if I write carbon chain, so this carbon will be associated with sufficient number of hydrogen. So this carbon is bonded only with single bond, a single carbon. Hence, it gets 3 hydrogens. And this carbon, it gets 2 hydrogens, and this carbon will get 3 hydrogens. So now let us assume this is an organic compound. Okay. So here what happens? So this organic compound is said to be, it is containing carbon and hydrogen atoms only. So such organic compound is said to be hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon in general, it is denoted with RH. Suppose take one, out of so many hydrogen, so if I can write like this, CH2 and this carbon, so hydrogen. So this part is said to be R and H. Okay, so R may be of single atom, may be of 2 atoms, may be of 3 atom length, may be of 4 atom length, or else may be of any carbon length of carbon atoms. Okay, so it is called as a carbon framework. So R is a framework of carbon atoms. So if a organic compound contains only carbons and hydrogens, then such organic compounds are said to be hydrocarbons. So if I write for here CH4, one carbon always form 4 bonds. Each hydrogen always form only single bond. Hence a carbon gets 4 hydrogen atoms only. So now these 2 carbons. So already there is a 1 bond here. So I'll write like this. So this is one hydrocarbon. This is another hydrocarbon. This is another hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbons may be of different types. Hydrocarbons may be of different types. Okay. So common thing is every hydrocarbon, it contains a carbon framework. A carbon framework means continuation. When carbon atoms are attached continuously, okay, then it is said to be carbon framework, and along with carbons, hydrogens are also present in that. Okay, so generally carbon framework is denoted by R. R is a carbon framework. Okay, carbon framework along with one hydrogen. Of course, there are so many hydrogens are there. So in it, separate one hydrogen and keep it like this. Okay, this entire thing is organic compound only. So this organic compound can be represented like this also. Okay, so this is called as hydrocarbon. Why did I wrote like this? Just in order to differentiate from hydrocarbons from other hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons to differentiate from derivative of hydrocarbon. I have written this hydrocarbon like this. If a hydrogen is replaced by an atom, for example, RCl or RBr, that means hydrogen is replaced by an atom, or it may be replaced by a group of atoms like this. It may be replaced by a group of atoms like this. So like this. So when hydrogen is replaced by an atom or group of atoms like this, then it is said to be derivatives of hydrocarbon. So these are some of the examples of derivatives of hydrocarbons. This is hydrocarbon, and these are the some of the examples of derivatives of hydrocarbons. Derivatives of hydrocarbons means hydrogen atoms are replaced by some other atoms. Okay, so the replaced atoms may be single atom or else may be by a group of atoms. So that means it is nothing but functional group. That means instead of hydrogen, if I write functional group, then it is said to be derivative of hydrocarbon. Okay, right. So that means if I write an organic compound, mainly it contains two parts. One is carbon framework. So one is carbon framework. Okay, and another one is functional group part. Functional group part. So carbon framework, functional group. Carbon framework, functional group. Okay, like this. So generally all the derivatives of hydrocarbons so are written like this. Derivatives of hydrocarbon contains carbon framework. So this is our carbon framework. So if you remove any hydrogen, not only this hydrogen, I may remove this hydrogen also. I may remove this hydrogen and put some atom, some X atom. Okay, so then also it is said to be derivative. So any of these hydrogen atoms can be replaced by other atoms. Okay, then the so formed product is said to be derivative of hydrocarbon. Okay, right. See, the thing here we need to learn is here this R, that means framework of carbon atoms, it is responsible for the physical properties of the molecule. R is responsible for the physical properties of the molecule, and functional group is responsible for the chemical properties of the molecule. Suppose if I write like this, if I write like this, CH3 CH2 OH CH3 CH2 Cl CH3 CH2 CH2 OH CH3 CH2 CH2 OH. See, if you closely observe, see this particular compound, it is having carbon framework and a functional group, and even this is also having carbon framework and functional group. Okay, carbon framework, and so in both the cases carbon framework is same, but they are differing in their functional groups. If they differ in their functional groups, then these two will show different chemical properties. The chemical properties of this one is different from the chemical properties of this one. Though the remaining part of the molecule is similar in both the case. Okay, if you remove functional group, the remaining part of the molecule is same in both the cases. Though the remaining part of the molecules is same in both the cases, these two molecules, they differ in their chemical properties. Why? Because this molecule is having OH functional group and this molecule is having chlorine functional group. Okay, right. So though the other part of the molecule, that means this carbon framework is same in both the cases, but these two molecules are differing in their chemical properties. Why? Because they differ in the functional group. That means when functional group differs, then their chemical properties will differ. Now compare this one. See, this is carbon framework and this is functional group. So now we compare this one with this. So carbon framework is differing but same functional group. If you compare these two, carbon framework is differing but they possess same functional group. Now these two compounds will have similar chemical properties. What is the reason? Because they possess same functional group. When different compounds possess same functional groups, then those compounds will show similar chemical properties. What is responsible for the chemical properties of this molecule? The same thing is responsible for the chemical properties of this molecule only, this molecule also. So what is responsible for chemical properties of this one? OH, functional group. Because functional group is responsible for the chemical properties of the molecule, or else functional group is responsible for the chemical behavior of the molecule. Chemical behavior of the molecule is decided by the functional group. So in both the molecules, the functional group is same. Hence, both the molecules will show same chemical properties. Or else, both these molecules will show, they behave similarly. Chemically they behave similarly. Okay, they behave in the similar fashion in their chemical properties. See now this one. Now compare these two. So here this one is CH3, CH2, CH2. Here also CH3, CH2, CH2. But it is attached to OH. It is attached to Cl. So now the carbon framework is same in both the cases, but they differ in their chemical properties. Why? Because they differ in their functional groups. This compound and this compound, they possess different functional groups. Hence, they show different chemical properties. So like this. So functional group is showing that that is the importance of functional group. So functional group is responsible for the chemical properties of the molecule. That means here if you take this organic compound, it is having two parts. One part is said to be carbon framework and other part is said to be functional group. So any organic compound, it generally possesses two parts. One is carbon framework and another one is called as functional group. Okay. Now there are so many functional groups. We will learn all the functional groups. Okay. So we will learn some of the most common functional groups. Okay, and how the atoms are connected in those functional groups. So now let us learn about different kinds of functional groups. So I will write in the form of a column. I will give you these functional groups. So these functional groups are most important. So please concentrate on this. So first column, serial number. Okay. Next, functional group. See, carbon framework is responsible for the physical properties of the compound whereas functional group is responsible for the chemical properties of the compound. Already we have seen organic compound contains two parts. So one part is carbon framework and another part is functional group. Okay, so the name, the class of the compound, class of the compound, class of the compound, and general formula, and general formula. We learn one by one. There are so many functional groups in the nature, but we learn only the most important, the most common functional groups. So first one is, the functional group will be like this: C double bond C. Okay, so connected with these two carbons are connected by a double bond, and this carbon is showing two single bonds with two different atoms. Here also this carbon is showing two single bonds with two different atoms. Okay, such a functional group is said to be alkene functional group. It is called as alkene. Okay, so the class, so it belongs to the class alkene. So these functional groups belong to the class alkene. Okay, and its general formula will be like this: R CH2 double bond CH2. So that is the general formula of alkene. General formula of alkene. Next class will be like this: triple bond between carbon and carbon. Always carbon forms 4 bonds only. So that means this carbon is forming 3 bonds with this carbon and 1 bond with some other atom. And even this carbon also will be like that only. So now this functional group, it is called as alkyne functional group. Alkyne functional group. And the general formula can be written like this: R C triple bond CH, like this. What is R? R is called as carbon framework. That means a length of carbon atoms, a continuous carbon atoms. Okay, a chain of continuous carbon atoms. R is called as carbon framework, or else a length of continuous carbon atoms, or else a chain of continuous carbon atoms. Next, third one, generally it is X. X means halogen, maybe chlorine or fluorine or bromine or iodine. X may be fluorine or chlorine or bromine or iodine. Okay, so that its class is called as halide. Halide. Generally it is denoted with RX. RX. So one has to practice all these. All these are very important. The list of functional groups I am giving. So all these functional groups are the most common functional groups we come across in our organic chemistry. So everyone should learn perfectly. So the next one is alcohol functional group, OH. OH means alcohol functional group. It is called as, so it belongs to the class alcohol. Okay, it is denoted with ROH. 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 Okay. Next. Fifth one. SH. SH. Instead of O, if you write S, then it is said to be thiol. It is said to be thiol. Okay. It is generally written as R. Instead of OH, you will write SH. RSH. Next. CHO, C double bond O H, or else simply we can write this one as CHO also. Either like this or else like this we can write. Okay, in any way we can write. Okay, or this one, or like this we can write. It is called as aldehyde functional group. Aldehyde functional group. Generally it is denoted like this: RCHO, aldehyde functional group. Okay, next. Seventh one. So it is like this. The functional group is like this. That means two bonds are empty. That means it is connected to some carbon atoms. It is connected to some carbon atoms. Okay, if I leave like this, it may be connected to carbon, or else it may be connected to hydrogen, or else it may be connected to any other atom. But in case of this compound is said to be ketone functional group. In ketone functional group, compulsory this side should be with carbon atom, and this bond also should be connected with another carbon atom. So it may be of any length of carbon atoms. Here also it may be any length of carbon atoms, or else it may be one atom, or else it may be also one atom, or else any length of carbon atom. But this particular carbon which is bonded to oxygen, it will be connected to two other carbon atoms. In ketone it will be like this. Okay, so that is why generally we will write like this: RCO R. So carbon framework. Okay, or else we can write like this also: RCO R. Okay, so like this. So it is called as ketone functional group. So ketone functional group general formula can be written like this, or like this. Next one is instead of oxygen, if I write sulfur, okay, if I write sulfur, then it is said to be thioketone. Generally, instead of oxygen, if we write sulfur, then we will use the word thio. Okay, thioketone. So it is represented like this: RCSR, COR it is for ketone, RCSR it is for thioketone. Okay, next one. COC, carbon, oxygen, carbon. That means between two carbon atoms, if there is oxygen atom, if an oxygen atom connects two carbon atoms like this, then this function group is said to be ether class. Ether, the class of the function group is said to be ether. So this is ether's function group. So anyhow, this carbon, it may be containing hydrogens like this, or else it may contain a framework of carbon, a length of carbon chain. Okay, so generally we will represent the ether in this fashion. In this fashion we will represent. So COC, or else the general formula is ROR, carbon framework, carbon framework. Between two carbon frameworks, one oxygen is there. That means if an oxygen connects to two carbon frameworks, then such compound is said to be ether. Ether. Suppose if it is connected by sulfur, okay, then it is called as thioether. It is called as thioether. R S R, like this. Okay. Next one. The most important one. C double bond O OH. Remember, so this functional group is called as carboxylic acid functional group. Carboxylic acid functional group. Okay. So its general formula will be like this: R C COOH, RCOOH. Okay, so this is called as carboxylic acid. Right. Next one is twelfth one. C double bond O, instead of OH, if I write NH2, so here I wrote NH2. In the previous case I wrote OH. Here I wrote OH for carboxylic acid. But if I write NH2, okay, then it is said to be amide. It is said to be amide group, amide functional group. Okay, generally it has the general formula RCONH2. RCONH2 will write like this. Next. COOR. Okay, if I write like this, so carbon chain, length of the carbon framework. So here also carbon framework, hence it is known as esters. This class of organic compounds are said to be esters. The general formula will be like this: RCOOR, COOR. So it is written like this: RCOOR. Next one is acid halide. Instead of OR or instead of NH2, so if I write halogen atom, X means halogen atom. It may be fluorine or chlorine or bromine or iodine. Okay. X means halogen atom. Then it is said to be acid halide. Acid halide functional group. Okay. So generally it is denoted like this: RCOX, acid halide functional group. Next, C triple bond N. It is called as cyanide. cyanide functional group. It is also called as nitrile, nitrile or cyanide. Okay. So its general formula is RCN, or else simply RCN. Simply RCN will write like this. Next one is RNC. So there is coordinate covalent bond. So one coordinate covalent bond and two normal covalent bonds. Between nitrogen and hydrogen there are three bonds. Two normal covalent bonds and one coordinate covalent bond. It is called as isocyanide. Isocyanide. Okay. Cyanide and isocyanide. So here the connectivity is changing. So here R is connected to carbon, but here R is connected to nitrogen. So I am writing like this. R NC. Here R is connected to carbon, but here R is connected to nitrogen. Oh, from that side, from this side it is connected. Okay. Such functional group is said to be isocyanide functional group. Isocyanide functional group. Next one. Seventeenth. So this is called as nitro group, nitro compound, nitro. The functional group is said to be nitro functional group. General formula will be RNO2, RNO2, RNO2. Next 18th. SO3H, sulfonic acid functional group. Sulfonic acid functional group. Its general formula is RSO3H. NH2, amine, R NH2 is the general formula for amines. Next one. C O CO. It is called as acid anhydride. Acid anhydride functional group. Acid anhydride functional group. Its general formula is RCO. So like this, these are the most common functional groups which we come across in our day-to-day organic compounds. Generally, isonitriles. I will explain you about isonitriles. So generally, isonitriles will be isonitrile. You have seen isonitrile also. So this is finished. Isonitrile. Isonitrile means N triple bond C. Okay, or else we may write in this fashion also. N plus C minus also we will write like this. Okay, R N plus C minus. It is also isonitrile can be written like this also. Isonitrile. So like this. These are the most important functional groups one has to practice. Okay, right. So now we will learn the classification of organic compounds based on the homologous series also. But in the next video we learn. Okay, right.